Hey everybody, it's Heidi with the Weathered Fence Post, and it is Sunday and it is cold, cold, cold in North Carolina. Last Sunday it was like, I don't know, in the 80s. This Sunday it's in the 40s. It is cold, but it is the first day of daylight savings time, and that means that we have an extra hour or two to get some work done before the sun goes down. And today I'm going to work on a project, and I got to get the sanding done first. So let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, so here it is. It is this low profile, I guess it would be a coffee table with drawers. In good condition, but the top is pretty scratched up. So what I intend to do is I'm going to sand this all down. I'm probably also going to sand the sides of it too, because I'm thinking about painting the base and staining the drawer fronts and the top. So that's kind of the project I'm going to be working on here. And then we'll see how it goes. Coming out nice. I'm liking what I see. It's going to turn out to be a nice piece. I just have to decide on the color that I want to put on the base. I think I would like to stain the top light. I don't think I'd like to go dark on it. I think I want to go light with it. I almost like that nude look. Though it'll need some stain on it to protect it. But I'd like the color. We'll see. Okay, just finished up with using the 60 grit on this. I love how the top came out. Not so worried about the sides because I'm going to be painting it, so I just roughed it up. It doesn't need to be sanded down to the wood, but the top I'm going to be staining, and the drawer fronts I'm going to be staining, so I had to take those down the wood. Now I'm going to do a 220 to smooth it all out, and that'll be it for today. I'm going to paint next, then stain, then polyurethane, and it's done. Pick out some knobs for the drawers and it's done. I think it's going to be beautiful. Okay, the next step in this is to clean off where we did the sanding, because we're going to prep this to be painted. And I don't care how much you think you wiped it off with a towel, you didn't get it all off. So just go through again with a brush and wipe off any more sawdust that you can. You'll thank yourself later for it. You don't want that getting in your paint when you're trying to refinish this. So I'm just going to go through and get any sawdust off this. So it is Saturday night, and Steve and I just, well, it's not night yet. It's like late afternoon. And we just finished watching UNC win. Woohoo! Go UNC! Game was a little aggressive. But, okay. Any rate, I don't call this work. I'm getting ready to paint this piece of furniture. This is fun for me. So yes, I'm doing this on a Saturday night. I could be doing a lot of other different things, but for some reason, this is entertaining for me and fun. I like taking something from drab and dreary to livening it up and giving it a new life and it finding a new home. So this is what I do for fun on Saturday night. Getting ready to clean it. I have a cleaner that I'll use now to get any bit of dust off from it, and then we're going to start painting. We will be using Rethunk Junk the Prep to prep this piece. This is great stuff. You just spray it on, and then you just take your towel and you wipe it off and clean off any residual stuff that needs to be cleaned. It just really preps the surface to receive paint. So I'm going to do the whole, look at that. See, it cleaned off a bunch of that stuff. So I'm going to do the whole piece with this, and then we will start painting. Okay, I have cleaned this all up with the Rethunk Junk the Prep, and it's great stuff. Like I said, it gets any extra residual stuff off from your piece before you start painting so that the paint adheres better. One thing I'm going to do is I am going to tape it off. This is another step I want to do. You see this right along here? I'm just going to tape there and there because this piece I do not want to paint. I want to retain something of the original piece the way it was made. Even though it's not a real old piece, I still want to retain a little bit of its original character and, you know, add something new to bring it, you know, more current. So we will be taping that off. It's an extra little step, but well worth it. Okay, I've taped off each little section that I want to. A little tedious. Maybe I need to get that spot covered. A little tedious. Not the easiest thing to tape off, but guaranteed it will pay off in the end doing this, just this one little extra step. Okay, this is what I'm trying to decide between. Do I want to go with this kind of, I don't know, beachy, what do you call it? Beachy color, or, you know, so it will move from spring into summer if for some reason nobody purchases it, but I highly doubt it's going to last long. Or do I go with this awesome turquoise green? Probably can't really tell the color in the video. It looks blue, but it's turquoise. It's a really pretty green turquoise to fit the vibe that I'm trying to fit. Either way, I'm going to give this one a little water because it's dead, and this one just a little bit of water. Okay. I have to make some decisions here. Hard decisions. I think the universe has intervened and a decision has been made, because this is hard as a rock. And yeah, I think it's expired. So we are definitely going with this green, which is really a turquoise. I don't think you can pick the color up properly. It's looking so blue, but there really is a lot of green in this, and it's so pretty. It's like almost an emerald green. And I think it would be great in a bohemian home, eclectic home. It's just, such a deep, beautiful color. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I think we have the consistency that we want with this paint. I think it's a nice consistency. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a whirl. Here we go. No turning back now. Just hope we have enough paint. And the paint that I've chosen. We may not. We may not. Well, you just have to improvise then. And that's the neat thing about eclectic or bohemian, you can improvise. There's room for adjustments. But hopefully we have enough. I do have to do the drawer fronts too, so I'm not sure. I would like to get 2 coats on this at least. Okay, I've put 2 coats on each side, and I'm going to let that rest. And see, I do not see a 3rd coat because I sometimes think that kind of just overworks the paint. You really only should need 2 coats, and whatever the finished outcome is what it is. So I do not have to paint the fronts of these because I was going to stain these, so that was good. Had plenty of paint. So I think that's it. We're going to let that rest, and then we'll poly it, and then we'll stain the drawer fronts and the top and find the perfect handles for it. So stay tuned. Okay, the paint has dried nicely. Let's go ahead and peel off this paper and see how that's going to look. Having that nice accent piece on it. Which now that I see this, I may stain. I had talked about keeping the top kind of a nude color, or yeah, like a nude wood look, but I think I'm probably going to go, I gotta do some touch up right there. I can do that with a small paintbrush. But I'm probably going to go with, and sand off any over painting. Get some right there. Or is that tape? That might be tape. No, I think that's paint. At any rate, I will, I may end up staining the top this color. It's kind of a reddish. I've got to go along and do a lot of touch up. Reddish color, and I think that goes nice with this teal green color rather than leaving that. That probably would have looked better with like a black finish, not a deep jewel color. So that's what I think I will do. That's the fun of doing a project. You can just improvise and change as you go along and let it evolve into what it is. Go in with a plan. If the plan doesn't work the way you like it, change it up. It's not the end of the world. It's a project piece. So I'll get back to you on the next step. We're going to be staining today. So we have decided to go with the golden pecan versus the Sedona red. And here's a little test strip that we did to see what the difference would be. And I like the golden pecan a little better. Even though the Sedona red is probably a little closer to that, I think it's just going to be a little too red. This is more of a brown. So this is going to be an accent piece. It's not going to match exactly the top. But it's ready to go. We're going to go ahead and get started on the staining. Got the fan set up to exhaust out. Going to put some gloves on and a mask on and stain it. Okay, it's a very sophisticated operation we have going on here. I'm using an old sock. Just getting a little bit on there. And then we'll just come over and we'll put it on. And start the process. Right, get a little more. This wood's probably going to soak it right up, so I'll probably have to do a few applications. I don't know though, we'll see. We'll see. I really like when it's time to stain because you can really start to see the beauty of the wood grain start to pop out.